Good morning. All right, I'm going to explain a little bit about this house plan called the Wellington Design that you should have received in the mail. We're going to use this covered patio right here to pretend like it is going to be drywalled and put some tile in the floor and perhaps some border trim on here so that you know how to do the calculations. First off, notice down here that we have 4 boxes equals 3 feet. So as you count your boxes, every 4 boxes is 3 feet. That means we're working with a ratio. So we're going to use that ratio to go through this problem. So first off, I'm going to come over here to the covered patio and I'm going to count my length by width. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So 15 boxes, and I need to know what that's going to be in feet. So I'm going to use my ratio from down here that says 4 boxes is 3 feet. So when I set up my ratio, make sure you have parts to parts, boxes over feet, boxes over feet. Solving my proportion then, remember that you cross multiply. 15 times 3. Multiply the 2 that are diagonal from each other and divide by the extra one. So 15 times 3 divided by 4 is going to give me 11.25. For the length. Then the width, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 boxes is going to be, I don't know, feet, just like before. Set up the same ratio on the other side of boxes to 3 feet, 4 boxes to 3 feet. Solve the proportion, 9 times 3. And I am going to get 6.75. So that's my width. So now I know the dimensions of this covered patio. So one of the things that you do with each room is find the length and the width, and then you're going to find the perimeter, and then you're going to find the area. So let's talk for a minute about perimeter. All right, so from what we just did, the length is 11.25 and the width is 6.75. My formula for perimeter is 2 times the quantity length plus width. So I'm going to add those two length and widths together. First, because it's in the parentheses. And when I do that, I get 18. And my 18 is going to multiply by 2. So my perimeter is 36 feet. My area formula is length times width. So I'm going to multiply 11.25 times 6.75. And that area then that I get is 75.94. And area is labeled in square feet or feet squared. All right, so we're going to take these and figure out drywall. Each room has 10-foot tall walls. So I need to think about that covered patio has 2 long walls that are 11.25 and 2 short walls that are 6.75. So first I need the 10 times 11.25 and then times 2. So again, I have 2 long walls that I'm going to find the measurements for to figure out the drywall, which is 225 square feet in drywall for those. The 2 short walls, I'm going to take 10 times 6.75 and then times 2. And when I multiply those out, I have 135 square feet. All right, now I know that there's some doors and windows and things that would normally in here, but when I calculate all this, I don't care about that waste because I'm going to be able to use it anywhere else in my house, technically, if I were going to design this and build it. So I'm going to look for full sheets of drywall. So drywall, each sheet of drywall, each sheet of drywall is 4 by 8, which means it's 32 square feet. So for each of these measurements, I need to figure out how many 32s go into each of these. So I'm going to take 225 and divide it by 32. And I'm going to take 135 and divide it by 32. And that's going to tell me how many sheets I need to go around this room. So 225 divided by 32 is 7 sheets, 7.03. So I'm going to just say it's 7 because it's close enough to 7. And then when I divide 135 by 32, I get 4.21, which again, I'm going to say that's okay. And I'm just going to say it's 4 sheets because if I need more, it'll show up later. And I'm just going to round the way I normally would. So 4.21 is 4, 7.03 is 7. So I need 11 sheets of drywall for this whole room. Now the tile floor, we're going to use the area that we already calculated, 75.94, because the tile floor covers the entire bottom or all the way around it, all the way through it, 75.94 square feet. According to the cost sheet that you got, each square tile is 2 square feet each. So I'm going to take that 75.94 and divide it by 2, because that is how many 2 square feet is going to 75.94 square feet. When I divide that, I get 37.97 or 38 tile. Okay, 38 tiles times the cost. Now here's where you got to think about this. Each tile is $2.29 a square foot, but we use 2 square feet for each tile. So that really means that each tile costs $4.58 a tile. So 38 times $4.58 is going to tell me what the cost of the tile is, which is $174.04 for the cost. And finally, we have the cost of the trim. The trim is going to go around the border of the room, like the border of this page. So that means I need to use my perimeter of 36 feet. Now in this one, the wood trim, it says, according to the cost, is each piece is 8 feet long. So we need to take how many 8 feet go into 36. And when I divide that, it says 4.5. Now again, I'm going to go ahead and round that up to 5 boards because any leftover will either be waste or used somewhere else. You want it to look your trim as pretty as it can be. And you also in general can't go into a lumber yard and buy like 4.5 boards. I mean, they will cut it for you, but it's usually pretty silly to do that. You want to know with waste or extra in case something does get broken, you want to go ahead and keep that extra. So then again, for that, my cost per board is $9.42. So the cost for that trim all the way around this covered patio is $47.10. Now, if I were looking at wood flooring, you want to notice that it tells you that the cases are 24 square feet. So let's pretend like I'm going to, oh, that was a terrible line, wood floor instead of tile. I'm going to use my area again, and the area of my room was 75.94 square feet. So it says on this that the wood flooring is, each piece is 8 inches by 47.5 inches. I don't really care about how much each piece covered. I want to note that the case is 24 square feet. So I'm going to divide this by 75.94 by 24 square feet to know how many cases I need. So any of them that are talking about wood floor, this is how you're going to do that. And if I calculate that, 75.94 divided by 24, I get 3.16 cases. And if I round this, I'm just going to go ahead and say it's 3 cases. Again, if I need any extra, it'll show up later in another calculation. So 3 cases is what I'm going to use. And they're $23.64 per case. And what I get is $70.92 if I were going to do this in wood floor. And I know I forgot to do the cost of the drywall, but you guys can figure that out. It was 11 chunks of drywall times $12.33, so that would be the cost of my drywall. Hopefully you guys find this fairly interesting. Normally we would spend a really long time doing geometry. So this is kind of a final project. You do have over a week to figure these out. Let me know what you need.